Welcome to the Valley Today, a public service presentation of the good folks at KAIL TV. We travel to downtown Fresno, home of the iconic water tower, and visit with Hands On Central California, a volunteer organization serving the needs of our community. The water tower, the local artists displayed inside, and the wonderful folks at Hands On Central California. It's all next on your Saturday morning coffee break, the Valley Today. Welcome to the Valley Today. We are here at the Fresno Water Tower and with Dan Masterson, retired volunteer that is running this place, running this place.
Running this place, yeah.
And this place has been reincarnated now as a art shop.
Right. We are both an art gallery and gift store, and more importantly, we are the visitor center for the downtown area.
Yeah, and this the water tower certainly has a storied history. It was conceived in 1891, and I think it was finished in 1894.
November of 1894.
By a guy by the name of George Washington. What was his last name?
Mayer. Yeah, M-A-H-E-R.
And it could hold 250,000 gallons of water.
Correct, yeah. The tank up above held 250,000 gallons of water that weighed over 2 million pounds when it was full. So these brick walls are over 3 feet thick. And then there's another support wall outside that.
Really an engineering feat in itself for when it was built.
It was, yeah, and it was, the construction was really fast. They started in April of 1894, and it was completed in November.
Right.
So it was just a few months for this all to go up.
So I guess this operated as a water tower until, storage until what?
1963. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was part of the water system all the way till then.
And then after that, it became, I guess they were repairing parking meters here for a while.
Right, it has been office space, it's been the parking meter repair station, it's had a couple of incarnations, and now our art gallery.
And most recently it was the visitor center, but then they closed that and then you guys moved in.
Right, it's been a visitor center since about 2000,
right.
And then it was closed for a few months when the fax offices moved out of here. And then we moved in last September.
Yeah, what a great, this is, iconic for Fresno, this tower.
Yeah, it really does save Fresno when you see the tower.
Yeah.
But what we get all day long are visitors that come in and they look up. The first thing they say is, wow. And the second thing they say is, I've lived here all my life. I've been past the tower 1,000 times and I've never been inside.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. So we want people to come down and see the inside.
Well, you need bigger sign. You need a big neon sign out on the street saying we're here and we're open. You know?
Yeah.
People just don't get it, I guess.
I guess not. Yeah.
And now you've got a lot of local art in here.
Right. We represent 70 local artists. It's all local artists. We have a variety of media represented, everything from photography to painting to ceramics to just about everything that you can think of.
Yeah. And you are also an artist.
Yeah, I'm represented here in the tower.
Yeah, so you have a kind of a vested interest.
I do.
To some degree.
Yeah. More for fun than anything else.
Yeah.
And it gives me a lot of pleasure to have a place for my art to be seen.
And certainly this is only a percentage of all the artists that are active in Fresno County and probably beyond Fresno County, but this is a good cross section of what's available as far as what's being produced.
It is. The arts community, especially here in the downtown area, is a vibrant part of the redevelopment of the downtown area.
Right.
Art Hop is a wonderful event, and
that has really captured the imagination of people that are either into music or into art or into theater.
Yeah. Now we here at the tower are also a site for Jazz Hop as well as Art Hop. So there's not only art, but there's live jazz music going on all over the downtown and the Tower District on the first Thursday of every month.
First Thursday of every month, and that's all over just at different places.
Right. On the first Thursday, it's the downtown area goes all the way out to the Sorensen Gallery, which is over on South Van Ness, all through the Fulton Corridor, the Van Ness Corridor, here at the tower, up through the Artes de Americas and all the way to the Tower District, and so it's quite an event. And then on the third Thursday, they do the north area. So the third Thursday of the month is Art Hop for the north end of town.
Well, so north end meaning where?
Out by North Shaw, out near Friant, River Park. There's a bunch of galleries out there.
Yeah, because Fresno is so big now. Fresno and Clovis combined is so big now that it can conceivably take you a half an hour to get from one end to the other if you're driving.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And this is very cool. There's some really magnificent art here for sale.
Yes, everything is for sale.
Yeah.
And we encourage our artists to be as reasonably priced as they can manage.
Right.
So we try to make the art affordable.
So it gives people a taste. They get a flavor for it, and the prices aren't ridiculous to where they're not buying a Picasso or a Van Gogh or something like that. But they're getting something that is very nice that they can put on their walls or put in somewhere in their house, and it can liven things up, and it doesn't cost a fortune.
Right. Or give as a gift. We like to tell people that we're here if you have an anniversary present that you need or a birthday present that you need. There are 30,000 people that come to the downtown area every day to work.
Right.
And we want them to recognize us as a destination for a place where you can get some interesting things that you can give that are unique.
Yeah, so if you're on your lunch break, you can come down, walk over here and see the art. And certainly you can get a feel for what's available to see in Fresno County from the visitor center that's also here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We try to promote the activities and events that are going on around town. We try to tell people where there are places that they need to go see that maybe they might have heard of but have never visited. So we direct people all over the Central Valley to see what Fresno has to offer.
Yeah, and now this has been reopened since April of 2011?
Since September.
September. And you've had, you were mentioning that you had visitors from all over the world.
All over the world. We
here.
have had in the past few months, since September, we've had represented, I believe it's 24 states and 29 countries have visited the tower.
And people have come and maybe given you a name and address and where they come from.
Yeah, we try to keep track of where our visitors come from.
Yeah, and it's so much easier to communicate now because everybody's got either an email address or, so you don't have to actually send a letter anymore in the mail. You can just say, this is how you can contact me, and then boom.
Yeah.
Right there on the internet.
Instantaneous, right.
I like this art. You've certainly got some interesting things here, and you even got some pictures of what this was.
Yeah.
When the tower was working before it retired.
Right. One of the components here is the history of Fresno. A couple of our volunteers, Roger Taylor and several of them, are legitimate historians, and they know the history of Fresno. Roger serves on the Preservation Board. He serves on historical Fresno boards, and I've learned so much about Fresno. And just talking to Roger when he's down here.
Do you ever get any old timers that come in here and say, I remember when this tower was...
Oh yeah, everybody's got a story from when they were young and they were here in the tower. I had a gentleman come over one day and said that he used to go over to the police department and they would give him a BB gun. I probably shouldn't tell this story. And he would come over here and shoot pigeons around the tower.
So, well, pigeons are still a problem.
They are still a problem.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't come up with a restaurant for serving pigeon,
Yeah, squab.
It's squab. It's interesting that they made this out of brick, but I guess that was the material of the day.
That was the material of the day, and this is all local brick. This was from the Fresno brickyards, so it was all local materials.
Yeah.
The tank up above is not local. It was made out of Swedish steel. And
why Swedish steel? Why did they have to import Swedish steel?
I don't know. That was, I guess, the specification from G.W. Mayer, from the architect that actually designed the place.
Yeah.
And so they imported it.
It must have had a different tensile strength.
It must have. And it was all hand hoisted and riveted in place up there, which was an amazing feat. And these cast iron pipes, if you look around in the water district around here, some of these cast iron pipes that are still part of the system are still in use, all the way dating from the 1880s.
Wow. So that's a great testament to the build quality from 140 years ago.
Yeah.
Very cool. Is there any favorite art you have here?
You know what? I've got a lot of favorite artists here. Ma Lee is represented here, and he's just a fabulous local artist. He's incredible. Claudia Fletcher does some of the Western art, and love her stuff. We've got some wonderful, wonderful young photographers that are part of our group. Efren Ortiz. He's got a three-part name, and I've forgotten the second part. But he's a young photographer that does some beautiful, beautiful stuff. And we've represented some of the older generation here. We've got some of our artists are in their 80s and still producing just beautiful art. But we also have fiber artists. We've got jewelry artists. We've got some really unique jewelry pieces over here that were produced here right here in town.
Yeah.
And there's just really some amazing stuff coming in here.
Are there any masters in the making? Any of them that are approaching
masters status? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There are some people that are doing some interesting things that are not just cookie cutter art. They're actually doing some really extraordinary use of materials and developing.
And is this a good representation for the artists that are in the community, of the artists that are in Fresno County and surrounding counties?
Yeah, we've got a nice cross section and a nice variety. There are some just amazing local artists. And of course, we don't represent them all, but they're people that are making a name for themselves nationally, and it's really worth the time to come down and investigate the arts scene.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing, having done this show for a number of years, the talent that I've run across in the different areas. You know, it still amazes me.
Yeah, this is a vibrant community, and it's unfortunate that we don't get a chance to showcase it more often.
Right. Now, if people are interested in showcasing their art, they can contact you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always looking for artist referrals.
Okay.
This is a consignment store.
Right.
And so the artists can put their work in, and of course every gallery charges a commission, and the commission that we take in is one of the lower ones in town. We only charge 25%, and that 25% commission goes to support all the programs of Hands On Central California.
Yeah, and that's a great volunteer organization that's been born from volunteers across America, I think, or one of those organizations.
Yeah, the Hands On system is a national organization.
Right.
And there's a Hands On Bay Area, and of course we have Hands On Central California that represents 5 counties. I believe they're providing volunteers to over 300 organizations now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, volunteerism is very important to keep all our communities going.
Absolutely, especially now in this economy.
Right.
Volunteers are filling the gaps for
especially in a down economy. They really keep the things going.
They do.
Well, Dan Masterson, thank you so much for being on the Valley today.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for your service to our community. You're a retired teacher from Clovis, and probably you were happy to teach, and you're probably happy to be volunteering now.
I am. I'm having a ball.
And this is the Valley today. We're here at the Fresno Water Tower and looking at all the magnificent art here. We'll be right back. We are with Nicole Traverso here at the Fresno Water Tower looking at the magnificent art, and we're going to talk about Hands On Central California, which you are working for.
Yes, Hands On Central California is a volunteer action center. We connect people to volunteer opportunities, not just with Hands On, but other agencies in the community as well.
And you guys do quite a few things. You've got the National Days of Service, which is one-day service events.
We do about one a month. They're in celebration of National Days of Service, and each service day focuses on a different issue area in the community. So we just finished Generation Green, which was in celebration of Earth Day and Global Youth Serve Day, and we did a environmental restoration project with the San Joaquin River Parkway.
Oh, cool. And then you also have the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program.
Yes, that is for anybody who is 55 and older who is looking to utilize their life skills and help a nonprofit in the community. They can come to us and we'll place them with an opportunity to serve. Just like all of the volunteers that are managing Art by Hand, they're all RSVP and hands-on volunteers.
So now we have the water tower here, but do you have other places where people are volunteering?
Yes.
That you're keeping open?
Well, the Art by Hand is kind of our service enterprise here. That's all volunteer run. But we provide volunteers to other organizations in the community. We use volunteers for our days of service. So we place volunteers with other agencies in the community.
Right, it's just depending on where they're needed.
Right, exactly. And then we really try to help volunteers find an opportunity that fits their interests and their needs so that they really can get engaged with the organization they're serving.
And so for people that are retired or retired and seniors, I guess, how can they contact you?
They can call the hands-on office and we'll connect them with our RSVP director. They'll have a little interview and get placed with an agency. They can tell us what they're looking for, what kind of work they want to do, and we'll help place them.
And the retired and the seniors, they're the most talented because these are the people that have been in their field, you know, for their whole professional life, and now they come into service, and that's just got to be an incredibly wonderful thing.
Yeah, they're a huge resource, a very, very talented, skilled group of volunteers. And every agency in our community is really looking for those skilled volunteers to come in and help with different areas within the agency. So, yes.
Now, do you have any really cool special projects coming in 2012 that you're working on? And what is that?
Well, our big project we have coming up is called the Human Race, and it's a community collaborative fundraiser. So what we do is we put on a 5 and a 10K run and a 2-mile walk, and we invite all of our 501c3 nonprofit agencies to participate in this event. They can go out and contact their volunteers, their supporters, their donors, and ask them to run or walk on behalf of that agency. So whatever those volunteers raise for that organization, 100% of it goes to the agency they'd like to support.
And how many hands-on volunteers do you currently have?
We have thousands of volunteers.
That's good.
But we're always looking for more because there's so much need in the community, and there's a place for everybody.
Now, the community, are you saying Fresno and Clovis, or are we talking more like Fresno County and also placing volunteers in other little towns?
Yeah, we hands-on serves Fresno, Madera, Tulare, and Kings County. So
okay, so you guys are Central California.
Central California, yeah.
I gotcha. And so you're placing people all over in the Central Valley.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, very cool. And so what else you got coming this year?
We're doing a youth volunteer program starting in June. So we're looking for 12 to 16-year-olds to come out and learn about the community and participate in a service learning project. We have Make a Difference Day coming up in October. So each month we have a day of service. We're currently looking for volunteers to come in and participate in our AmeriCorps program, which is a national service program. And we place AmeriCorps members with agencies around the community. So we're recruiting for volunteers for that. There's just a wide variety, and the best place to really find volunteer opportunities is through our website. You can go to handsoncentralcal.org, and you can type in your zip code or an area of interest, and it'll pull up a whole list of volunteer opportunities, not just with hands-on, but with all the agencies.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, and then you can find something that's geographically pretty close to where you live.
Right.
Yeah. So this has really more than one feature, because you're also looking to create new leaders from the youth program. You're looking to find kids that can step up and take a leadership role.
Yeah, definitely. And we're hoping to build that leadership so these youth that are participating want to take on new projects with us and help support other agencies.
Yeah, and how has that been going with the youth on thing, with the generation on?
Oh, it's wonderful. We're just 3 years in, so we're still building and growing the program. But we're really looking forward to a new group of volunteers coming in and serving with us this summer.
And are you able to source these through going to schools and having little open houses, or? Yeah,
we do a lot of outreach events through some high schools and colleges, and we do outreach to different community groups, social groups, schools, and try to get everybody involved.
Yeah. What's on the horizon? So how long has Hands-On Central California been in existence?
Well, we're actually celebrating our 50th anniversary this year.
Really?
So, yeah.
It's been that long?
50 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We were the volunteer center before we moved to Hands-On branding, and that just happened in 2008. So most people might know us as the Volunteer Center of Fresno County.
And that came from Volunteer America? Was that a national organization, or?
It was through Points of Light Foundation, which kind of created a network of volunteer centers throughout the nation.
Right. And I can imagine in what I was talking with Dan earlier was in a down economy that the volunteers are really needed because the services have dwindled because of the cost cutting.
Yes. Yeah, volunteers are really stepping up to help, keep programs alive and support the community where there has been budget cuts. So they're, in high demand.
So for people that are interested in volunteering, how can they get a hold of Hands On Central California?
They can call us at our office at 237-3101 or visit our website. And just to put in a plug for Art by Hand, we're still looking for more volunteers to kind of help and keep this open.
What kind of, is there a lack of a certain type of volunteer that you're looking for?
For Art by Hand, we're looking for anybody who's interested and interested in the arts community here in Fresno. This whole service enterprise is 100% run by volunteers. So we have a volunteer board, we have volunteers that keep the store open. So, people who are just interested and willing to give up their time.
Right, and so the one-day thing could be anywhere from going to the San Joaquin River and maybe cleaning up trash in the river bottom, or going to a park and maybe cleaning up the weeds or whatever. It's just all over the map.
All over the map. Everybody has a skill that they can use to help serve the community, and we can help you find an opportunity.
Yeah, I can imagine that things have been kind of a challenge with the budget being shrink because of all the parks that need attention now. They've been talking about closing some of these parks in Fresno County. And do you help with that?
Yeah, actually Hands On has a great partnership with the City of Fresno and the Parks Department. We're part of the Serve Fresno initiative.
Yeah.
So our focus this year is to help get all of the parks 100% adopted. So we've been working with the City of Fresno. We've been helping support their Go Green and Clean, where you can go and clean up a park each weekend, or the Adopt a Park program, where you can actually adopt a park and then you commit to cleaning it up once or twice a month, and that's kind of your park.
Kind of like having your own yard.
Yeah, there you go.
Taking care of it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the volunteer thing? What do you like to do?
Oh, I love everything. I really like just working with all of the volunteers that we have coming through our doors, and I love building the projects we do. It's a really great opportunity to learn the diversity of our community and see the different issue areas we have, and then finding a really tangible way to help make change through volunteerism.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I think we're out of time,
Okay.
Nicole.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being on the Valley Day. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you.
And the Valley Today is a public service presentation of this great TV station. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.